Welcome back to Sip of Tea with your girl, Lady T. Back with your monthly podcast. And man, what a crazy month this has been. Given it is the shortest month of the year, it's expected that February can get a bit hectic. Trying to cram 31 days into 28 and losing 72 hours out of your month does get a bit demanding and a tad stressful. Which is why, for this podcast, I wanted to talk about balancing life and dealing with the inevitable, which happens when you try to balance life and balance a lot of things in life, which is burnout. More importantly, I want to talk about knowing how to regain your footing and rebalance your life. This podcast is all about the importance of taking rest. It's about having time to rejuvenate and balancing life so you can handle that period of burnout. On a regular day, one would say that I'm a highly organized, driven, self-motivated individual who seems to have everything together and her life all balanced. And I'm always flattered when I hear this. But the truth is, as balanced as I seem to be, even I too get caught up in the busyness of my everyday life. This month has been the most difficult one of 2019 so far. I know, right? I'm only 2 months in, and here I am, already feeling tired and burnt out. So tired that if I'm honest, I struggled with putting my last podcast together. I was tired from work. I was putting in work at the gym. I was working on branding, working on podcasts, preparing for events. I was honestly trying to be Superwoman, and I was just tired. Even despite being exhausted and wanting to give up, the drive in me overpowered that feeling of giving up. I had to get everything done, pick up the pieces that were falling apart, and push past that feeling of being overwhelmed. And in doing so, I actually made things worse. I became so focused on getting everything done within the allotted time period. I was so busy, go, from one thing to the next, trying to accomplish it all, that I didn't really rest. What I've noticed in my experiences with managing my day-to-day activities and being so busy and on the go is that life has had a funny way of placing roadblocks into my plans that force me to stop and take rest. I mean, it's no secret that we live in a world that is always turned on and never tuned out. We are a society of people that always stay plugged in. We get so caught up in making sure everything we need to get done gets done that we neglect ourselves to the point of exhaustion. And I honestly feel like we often forget that rest needs to be balanced in our equation of life. What I mean is that in order to really manage and balance all the tasks in our life, we need to remember that taking rest is imperative. The key to maintaining an equilibrium with all aspects of life includes balancing rest as well. It means taking a break. If I wasn't faced with roadblocks that forced me to take a step back, I wouldn't have realized how involved in life I had been. I would not realize how good it feels to relax the mind, relax the body, to do something that didn't really require much effort, to do something different, something fun, just a break. And I'm actually glad for that, because sometimes life does have to slow us down. Because if life didn't slow you down, you wouldn't slow down. And it's important to take that break, because when we slow down, we are able to rejuvenate and regain our footing. Rest helps the mental, it helps the physical, it just helps your overall well-being so that you're able to actually perform in all the other aspects of your life. Taking a rest allows you to reset your functions. And let's get this clear. When I say take a rest, I don't mean necessarily that you have to be sleeping. I just mean you need to take a break from the busyness of your life, from the busyness of your day-to-day. Take a break to rejuvenate. Take time away from the rush of your day just for yourself. It could be something as simple as watching an episode of a show that you haven't been able to watch in a while. I know I will call Josh and I'm like, hey, babe, guess what? He's like, what? I'm like, I watched Netflix today. Something as simple as just watching a TV show to get your mind off of the task that you actually have to do. Or it could be something a little more exciting like a spa day, and if you can afford it, something more extravagant like taking a vacation, which would be great. And when I say a vacation, I don't mean a trip for business. I mean something where you don't have to be working. Something where you can actually take that break and take your mind away from the tasks that you have to get done. Whatever it is, make sure that you do something to give you rest. You have to allow time for a much needed break from the busyness of this go, go, go world. Think of yourself like a cell phone, but the only difference is that we regain our charge from getting plugged out because we're always plugged in. Disconnecting, taking a break, getting rest, even if it is for 5 minutes of your day, can go a long way. And trust me, you'll begin to see improvements in your mental well-being as you de-stress and become less overwhelmed once you are able to rest and refocus. You will see improvements in your physical well-being as well. Why? Because you're allowing your body that time it needs to rest, to relax, to recuperate. I mean, it is great to have a grip on life, but you could handle life so much better if you just allowed that time for rest. To do something for yourself, to make sure that you can efficiently handle what is to come next. So pretty much what I'm trying to say with this podcast is it is amazing to have lots of things that you have to do and to accomplish things and to become involved and to be a part of your community and to get things done. But you're not going to be valuable to your community, or you're not going to be valuable to your workplace. You're not going to be valuable to your team. You're not going to be valuable to your family if you're not rested, if you don't allow that time for yourself. So all I want you guys to do going forward, and I know I have to take this advice too, is just to take a rest, take a breather. And remember, life will not fall apart while you take time to put yourself together.